What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mr. Woz, and welcome to my Loot from 10 Hour series where I'll be grinding a certain skill, boss or anything in general, and at the end of the video I'll show you how much I've made. I've made a nice little playlist for you lot if you want to have a look as well, and I'll put that in the description below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, so without further ado, let's get into this grind. Today I'll be killing Corp Beast for 10 hours, one of the most famous bosses in all of old school RuneScape. Now most of this will be solo, but some of this will be in a duo and trio, so let's start this grind. Okay, so before I do anything I will reveal the old school RuneScape Bond giveaway winner, and the winner is King Links. I hope I've said that right. Congratulations, you have just won yourself an old school RuneScape Bond. I'll message you in game as soon as possible so you can collect your bond. So from now on, to be involved in future giveaways, and that is just by commenting on my most recent video, and of course liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and I'll mention all of this on my most recent video until the new one is uploaded, which is when I will reveal the giveaway winner. So that gives everyone around 2 to 3 days to enter the giveaway before I upload the new video, if that makes sense. I apologise once again for the delay of this upload, as it has taken quite a while to edit, but I was also working on another 10-hour video which I actually finished last night, so I do apologise. Okay, so this boss is level 785 combat with 2000 HP, with a max hit of 33 using melee, 65 using magic and 51 using stomp. Now he can combo you from full HP to 0 in a blink of an eye if you're not careful, but the way I'm doing this you'll be taking pretty much no damage whatsoever, and I'll explain how to do this very soon. Also, he has high defense and 50% damage reduction against any weapon that is not a spear or a halberd. Also, if you leave the room mid kill, he will regenerate to full health again. So if you're doing this in a duo especially, make sure one of you is in the room at all times while the other one may teleport to regenerate their stats or bank, and when your teammate comes back with you again, then obviously you can teleport and do the same, so on and so forth. Now, how to get here if you don't know already, you just need a games necklace and just simply tele to the Corporeal Beast cave, or you can use your house and use your jewellery box and do the same thing. Now, I would personally recommend you having high combat stats, at least in the 90 plus range, in order to deal a lot of damage to Corp, especially if you're soloing.
Yeah, boy.
Now there's so many gear setups for Corp, but the gear I'm using is as follows. We have max melee like I wore in my last video, but the only difference is that I'm wearing the Carol's top just to give me some magic defense, as that is Corp's strongest attack. Now most people do wear Void or Void Elite, and that is something I used to wear, so that's a fantastic option if you don't want to wear the gear I'm wearing, but like I said, there is loads of ways to gear up for Corp. Now there is a number of weapons I'll be using to damage Corp, and first of all we have the Dragon Warhammer, which by using the special attack it reduces Corp's defensive stats by 30%, as well as dealing 50% more damage.
Yeah, boy.
So if you hit a 1 or a 50 for example, it doesn't matter as long as you hit. The next weapon is the Banos Godsword. Now this special attack does 21% more damage depending on what you hit, so the higher you hit the better, so it is the opposite of the Dragon Warhammer. Also it will lower Corp's combat stats as well, so for example if a monster is level 30 in all combat stats, it will drain 30 defense and 20 strength levels, leaving the monster with 0 defense and 10 strength, if that makes sense. Now the next weapon is the Arclight, and using this special attack will lower all Corp stats around 5%, which does make a difference compared to not using it at all. And the last weapon, and that is the most important, and that is the Zamorakian Spear, and this is going to be your main weapon to kill Corp after you put all the specs in from the other weapons. So I use 3 Dragon Warhammer specs, 20 Arclight specs and 220 BGS damage for solo, and it is the same for duo and trios as well. But this spear is so OP versus Corp, as you can hit up to 45 and regular 30, so it is a little expensive, pricing around 17 mil right now.
Yeah, boy.
But you do need this to kill Corp. But of course you do want to kill Corp as fast as possible, because eventually his stats will regenerate back to normal after some time, and obviously he's going to start hitting you a lot again, so make sure you kill him as fast as you can. Also during your kill he will spawn a dark energy core, which I personally call the little shit, and when he spawns he will jump on you or your teammate depending if you're soloing or not, but if he is on you, all you got to do is just move 2 squares away, because if he lands on you he will hit constantly, and whatever he hits on you it will heal Corp, which is a bit annoying, but that's something you don't want. Now most people use a cannon to kill this just to get out of the way, or people like me who is too lazy and just want to keep dodging this until Corp dies. Now that is the boring stuff out of the way, and here is the more exciting part of Corp, and that is the drops. Now it does drop a lot of junk at times, but you will see that on the RuneScape wiki if you search it up. So let's show you all the items that you want to look out for, and also I'm going to show you the super rare items that Corp drops as well. Okay, so here is some of the items that you want to look out for. As you can see on the screen, we have Adamant Ore, which drops 125 noted, and that is 136k. The same with the Runite Ore, but this time it's 20 noted, but it's priced at 224k, which would be a nice drop if you got that. We've got 100 noted Green Dragon Hide, which is priced at 146k. We've got some Ranal Seeds, which are rare to get, but if you do get this drop, you will receive over 600k, which is really nice. Now this is the same with the Holy Elixir, and this item makes your Spirit Shield go into a Blessed Spirit Shield, which is something that Corp drops as well. Onyx Bolts, which is a great drop if you get this, as it's priced at 1.5 mil. 360k worth of Cannonballs, and you can get an Elite Clue Scroll as well. Now, for the super rare items, we have the Spectral Sigil, which is a drop rate of 1 in 1365, and this is the cheapest item, priced at 62 mil. Now, the second most expensive item is the Arcane Sigil, which is the same drop rate as the Spectral, but this is over double the price, 131 mil. Now, the most expensive item, priced at a whopping 821 mil, and this is the almighty, famous Elysian Sigil, which is a drop rate of 1 in 4k. So if I ever see this on the ground, I'll probably end up in hospital with a heart attack, honestly. And of course, the last item you can get, and that is the pet, which could be morphed into the Dark Core, which I mentioned earlier, which is the one that spawns halfway through the kill, or you can turn it into the Corporeal Beast itself, which I prefer that over the Dark Core, which I assume most of you do as well. And that is a drop rate of 1 in 5k. So here is a little example on how to avoid the Dark Core. It does look easy, but it can be a little bit tricky at times because Corp tends to move around a lot for some reason, and it can be a little bit frustrating, and obviously you want to move left to right, nice and simple like I am, without too much trouble. So as you can see, when the Corp is about to jump, that is when you move 2 tiles away. So wherever the core is, I click on that tile. So when he jumps again, I click on the tile where the core was, if that makes sense. But you do need to attack Corp every time you move away from the core, as you can see. But don't click too fast, otherwise you will mess up. I have had some nice drops so far whilst doing duos and trios, including some Onyx Bolts as well, which is priced at 1.5 mil per drop. Also the little drops that are worth 100 to 200k, which all adds up as well. And also after we've had enough, or we want to have a break, we just go to the Grand Exchange, split the profits. We could have all kept the loot and done all of this at the end, but obviously because I was switching from duos to trios and then obviously solos, I didn't want it to be too confusing. But unfortunately my luck wasn't too great at the start of my solos. The only problem with that is it does take a while to get a kill, as you have to do all the specs as I mentioned before, and I averaged around 8 kills an hour, which is not a lot, but if you didn't have to do all the specs then obviously I would get a lot more kills in. It is a really fun boss to do, especially with friends, as all you want to see on the floor is one of those sigils, and of course a pet would be nice as well. Also it is really good XP. I was getting around 70k XP per hour, and because the spear is on shared XP, 70k XP is insane, going across all 4 skills. Now this is a drop you really do not want to see, and I'm not quite sure why Corp drops so many of these uncut emeralds and sapphires etc. But yeah, it is quite annoying, especially when you're doing this on your own. But yeah, I suppose I picked a few up just so I can add a little bit of profit as well. This is a little bit better. We've got some green D hide on the floor, and that's 150k, so not too bad at all. So hopefully I can get some more of these drops. And we get some Runite Ore. Now that is a type of drop that makes your trip worthwhile. So that is a nice 225k added onto my loot. And when you see these types of drops on the floor, then it does motivate you to do more kills, as when you see the uncut items, the pure essence, the mystic staffs, etc. it just makes you want to give up really, which I don't blame you lot to be honest, but this is a grindy boss, so if you really want the super rare items like the sigils, then it is worth the grind over time. Gone back to duos again, and I feel like every time I do a duo or trio we always get something good. And first of all we get some Runite Ore, which is really good. And next kill we get some Adamant Ore, which is not too bad, it's 130k. Then a couple of kills later we get some Onyx Bolts once again. Also my friend got an Elite Clue Scroll as well. We are on a roll at the moment, haven't had a bad drop so far since starting duos, so fingers crossed I don't jinx it. And we get some more Addy Ore, which I'm not going to complain, so that's another 130k. My friend wanted to have a break, so we went to the Grand Exchange and split the profits. Cool, have a look at that GP, lovely jubbly. Now back to the solos, and the first drop we get some Addy Ore. I would love to get an Onyx Bolt drop in my name, that would be fantastic, but I'm not going to complain at the moment as I haven't had a bad drop for a while. And the next few kills we get some raw sharks, we get some death runes and mahogany logs. I don't mind these drops too much as they are 50k plus. And yeah, as I said before, all these little drops do add up. So I finally finished this long 10-hour grind. And in total there was 110 kills in the 10 hours, which isn't a lot, but Corp is a grindy boss, so not much we can do about that. This video did take a while to make, but I'm glad it's all over now. So let's get straight into this price check. So the grand total of my loot from 10 hours is 10.1 mil. Obviously it would have been a lot more if I got one of the sigils or had a bit more RNG of the drops, but nevertheless I did enjoy this grind, and I would normally show you everything I got in the 10 hours, but where I was splitting the loot from doing duos and trios, I just decided to sell everything and just show you the cash stack I made in the 10 hours. So there we have it guys, thank you so much for watching as usual. As always, please like the video, comment and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also well done to the bond giveaway winner, I hope this bond helps you out mate. But this video isn't quite done yet. Here are some deaths that happened in the 10 hours. Hope you enjoy.
Catch 'em all.